This podcast episode is brought to you by Overdogs Bet. Sign up today for early beta access and free play at overdogsbet.com/beta.
What are your final words for Sean Strickland before you fight Saturday night?
You should ask that security to stand as close to the cage as possible. They were there to help you at 296. They're not there to help you this Saturday, my man.
Did anyone ask you if you wanted to press charges for that crowd scuffle?
Oh, yeah.
They did.
Dana and Hunter actually came to where we were seated. They said, listen, you have the right to press charges now against Sean Strickland because that was assault.
It looked like you dropped him in that.
He definitely looked dazed. I'm going to be completely honest.
Strickland's kind of made himself the big nemesis of the division. You get through him, have we seen the end of the original beef, you and Izzy?
That is a big fight. I would love that. My main focus is this man happening on Saturday night.
Oh! Big strike raining down by the South African!
This fight's not seen.
What's good? Overdogs Podcast, episode 19.
19, I think. Yeah.
Sponsored by Overdogs Bet, Kenpai Pandas, Kenpai Media. Shout out Ice Bagz, Mac Malley. What's up, boys?
What's up,
All
brothers?
good, brother. Mac, I appreciate you getting up this early for us, man.
Yes,
Never done it in my life. Earliest I've ever woken up before. About 10
Buenos
o'clock.
dias.
Buenos dias. How about those Lions, bro?
It's an exciting show, man. Exciting show. Mike, how about the fucking Mike's on a tear here? We got Michigan winning the national championship. We got the Lions winning their first playoff game since, what, like 92, I think?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's been like 30 years.
Yeah.
We
Detroit
did it,
repping, baby.
Let's keep it going.
That's right.
And then-
Do you know who they play next, Mac?
It should be Pack. Ooh.
Was
I
it the
don't
winner
know.
of last night's game, maybe? The
I
Bucks?
was so like blown away that the Packers even won that I haven't even thought about it. Let me see. Hey, Gokon, what's up? Good morning. Sorry.
I just realized
congrats,
this
Mac.
morning.
I forgot, man. Packers went into Dallas and fucking throttled them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just realized this morning the backers behind Packers was, T-Bud Crawford and Lil Wayne. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I saw Lil Wayne at the game.
they had some support,
For sure.
Lions play the Bucks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Florida versus Michigan.
I mean, I got to assume Lions are going to be the favorite. That'll be Bucks at Detroit, so they should be the favorites in that game. And they're playing great football right now. But yeah, like Mike said, overdogsbet.com. You can go ahead and sign up now for the beta testing. I think they're launching end of Q1. But you can go ahead and get signed up. You'll get early access and you'll get some free play. It'll be the first MMA betting app with like really exotic prop bets. So shout out to them. And we've got Du Plessis on the show today, which is a huge one considering he's fighting Sean, in a couple of days.
That's awesome, man. What a card. Just that fight alone. Everyone's excited because, considering all the trauma that we've been through, and everybody loves Sean Strickland. Du Plessis has kind of shot up out of nowhere like a rocket, and it made his way to the top. So I'm interested to see what happens with this fight.
I was thinking about that this morning. I was like just sitting there thinking, I'm like, we got Du Plessis on literally like a handful of days before he fights for the title. And then I went back and I looked at, the last like 4 or 5 guests. It's been insane, boys. Like Ilya Taporia, about to fight Volk. We had Devin Haney right before he fought Regis and beat him. We had Ariel on, Rampage on. I mean, what a crazy lineup we've had, guys.
Goats only.
Absolutely. They're loving
Goats
it on
only.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Yep, goats only. So let's talk about UFC 297 before he comes in. It is a good card. It's obviously this Saturday. Max snubbed his nose at the card already.
Oh, I heard that Saudi Arabia is unimpressed with UFC card with the Islam Makhachev fight, and he wants to postpone it until the UFC can fix it. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Like, it's funny they got so much money they can kind of just be like, no, that's not a strong enough card if you're gonna come here. So push it back a month. Like that's some baller energy for sure. And it's interesting to see if that changes like for other places as well. Because honestly, like Toronto, I'm not trying to talk shit. Like it's good that they're getting a card or whatever, but are other places gonna start doing that? You know, like, oh, you guys gonna come here? No way. It can only be Saudi.
Nah.
So like they're gonna get their fucking baller ass cards, get Islam headlining the card, maybe. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Saudi Arabia is really taking over.
What's that old song where they talk about they got the Arab money?
There's
That's the only money that's making Dana change a card.
Yeah, we getting Arab money.
Hey, that's the only money that's changing the UFC card, I assure you.
Yeah.
Jacksonville ain't calling in and saying we don't like the card.
I also saw something that there was maybe a leader. He had the headdress, and he's like, there will be no, practicing for such things like because getting hit in the face is haram, and he was like, you can do other things if you want to get into martial arts. There's judo. And he was saying stuff. He was like, "There's ways to not attack the face," but he was like saying something about how getting hit in the face is haram. So like, it's a no-no, and you're not allowed to do it in that country or something. So there's. Well,
it's interesting because they just paid what? They paid a fortune for Ngannou and Tyson Fury to fight there. I mean, they paid a.
But those guys are from a different country. And
you're saying just
he has people from a different country
Gotcha.
hit each other in the face, but not his own people.
Gotcha.
Interesting. Because I heard that they were like, trying to come up with, people. There was people with dreams to be this fighter over there in these countries, and turns out that their government's like, nope, you're not going to practice to be a fighter. You're going to go to work, or you could do judo.
Yeah, wrestling.
Speaking of which, Dricus Du Plessis' brothers, I guess, were judo world champions, and that's what got him into fighting and MMA. And he left a university where he played rugby to pursue his dreams and his passions of being a mixed martial arts fighter.
This is one of the things I wanted to ask him the most. There's like a video going around on Twitter of him like smoking an entire Gracie Barra team in BJJ. Like he finishes like 5 dudes in a row and then beats the last guy. And then most of the comments are where people not aware that he's that good at grappling. And most of his beginning of his career is just subs. So dude, how good is he on the ground? Oh, fuck. We might have like a South African problem on our hands long term. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because I was thinking the same thing that kind of Mike said earlier. Like, he skyrocketed in the UFC, right? Like, really fast. But then when we went back and looked at, like, his past history, I mean, this kid was like a world champion by, like, 18. You know what I mean? Just not in the UFC. Right. So it's not like he ain't been tested. He was a champ long before, he got a shot at the title this weekend.
It'll be interesting to see how much the nose surgery has helped him, because like the whole 8% oxygen, they used to say he could only like absorb 8% oxygen because his nose was so busted. Yeah. So like, how
Mike, you ought to look into that shit.
Yeah, bro, it made a huge difference apparently, because every time we saw Dricus fight, look how tired he'd get. Like he'd get tired fast. Like that was always kind of his asterisk. Like he beats people's ass, but he doesn't have much of a gas tank. So he got
Mike, let me hear you breathe in again into the microphone through your nose.
Yeah, that's
look.
bro.
I breathe pretty loud, but I'll tell you this: I breathed the same before my nose ever went over here or whichever side it went to. I was breathing the same before, after. It was never quite perfect. I don't know. I mean, they did that's what I'm saying. Like, that's pretty weird to hear that when did he get this surgery? He just had
right before Whitaker. Right before Whitaker. So then he comes out here and beats the shit out of Whitaker. It's like,
a jab. Yeah. South African southpaw, right-handed jab. Bam! Drops Whitaker on the way in. Crazy. I did not see that coming. That was his first big test, first real fight, in my opinion. Not saying, I mean, I can't say that. Like, you know, you can't take nothing away
No, I mean, but
all the
jumping
wins
from
that got him
Derek
to where
Brunson,
he
yeah.
is. But, you know, to do that to Whitaker, who, in my opinion, a lot of people expected to make his way back to the top. Whitaker's a respectable, true martial artist. He doesn't cut corners. And Du Plessis was just, I don't know, he has something special about him. Maybe it's because he's white and from South Africa. I mean,
there's something cool about that, you know, for sure.
Absolutely.
But what's going to be interesting in this fight for me is like their styles are both so unique. You know what I mean? And just to see them match up together, like you don't know what the fuck's going to happen. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I think if you know if Du Plessis can get him on the ground, I think that's where he obviously has a major advantage there. But he's also got knockout power too. So,
Well, before the 8% nose fix airflow thing, I would think Sean Strickland would be able to outwork him all fucking day. But now I have no idea what to think after what he did to Whitaker. And then also,
very few have a motor like Sean.
No, yeah, that's elite. That's top.
He wasn't even breathing hard after 5 rounds with Izzy. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
top
He keeps
one
his
that's
range.
special.
Sean keeps his range really good. I saw something earlier that was like Sean really worked his way up through to the title with a jab cross, and it was like all these highlights, and he was hitting some pretty tough people, and he keeps his range good, and it's just like a quick little jab cross or a jab cross hook, and it catches people pretty bad. So.
Yeah, it's awkward, but he's one of the few guys I think in the UFC that uses his shoulder really well when he's boxing. You know what I mean?
shoulder rolling. Yeah, he's shoulder
Yeah,
rolling.
he does a great
Fuck
job
that
with
shit.
it.
I mean, his ability to absorb kicks, I thought was really good against Adesanya, which was surprising considering the side shoulder roll. Your legs kind of like susceptible there, I thought. And then Sean was like, nope. And he just kind of...
It looks so.
He could take it. I know those kicks hurt. I know they added up, and he felt them maybe later, but like during the fight, he did not care at all.
I really don't know how this one goes.
Matt,
and
why don't
we
you
have
run us through the main card for 297?
I was actually just gonna pivot to another fight. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna pull a U and start from the top, so we'll start from the beginning of the main card. Arnold Allen versus Mosvar. Evloev. Bro, what the fuck was that shit I seen about Movlar yesterday on
What was
Twitter?
it?
You guys see that shit? Who the fuck is Sneeko?
Sneeko is
my
this
God.
YouTuber, or he's like a streamer.
Is he a pussy or like is he cool?
Yeah, he's a pussy, but he talks a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Did you guys see a video of like him and Movsar talking about dating like a 17-year-old girl or something? Like flat out right there on Twitter.
Yeah, somebody did repost that, and I looked at it real quick, and I was like, yeah, that's not a very good look there.
Yeah, same. I was like, well, god damn it. Can we have a normal day in MMA? Okay, anyway. Arnold Allen versus Movsar. Who you guys got?
That's tough. Mozart's Russian. Arnold Allen is UK, but he's been pretty valid. I mean, it's hard, man. I kind of want to just go for the Russian guy because, like, in the picture, they're both pretty. I know Arnold Allen. He's been good, but this Russian dude looked pretty ripped up. So, it's haram to lose in Russia. So,
I'm going Allen, the guy that doesn't want to smack 17-year-old underage girls.
oh,
Fair enough.
okay. Well, sure. Yeah, let's beat up the pedophile. We're going Arnold Allen.
We'll all just take Arnold Allen.
It's a touchy subject, man. There's a lot going on with that, apparently.
There's a lot
these
going
days,
on.
You know, speaking of news, we did want to bring up news segments. Breaking news. There are Jewish pedophiles under the sidewalks in New York City, so be careful where you walk or the it clown might really drag you under them streets.
I mean, Mike, we've got aliens invading Miami. We got Jewish pedophiles coming out the sewers in New York.
Oh
Like,
my gosh!
what's next, bro? I mean, I don't even know how you get crazier than this.
A white South
Yeah,
African
problem.
champion of the UFC.
We got a president that can barely function at a 4-year-old level. We're not in good shape right now.
And people seem like they are gonna vote for him again?
I've never met a person like in real life that happily admits that. Like,
Right.
I find it bizarre. I really do. I mean, I don't really like getting political because people get so butthurt nowadays. But like, dude, I have not met someone who's like, yeah, fuck yeah, Joe Biden, 2024.
Look, yeah.
Fuck yeah, he's killing
I
it.
remember
What are you
when
talking
Trump won, hundreds of thousands of people protested in the streets of New York City and for days. Like, they didn't have jobs. They were in the streets like, no to Trump, no to Trump. Like, they were so passionate about it. But if you ever saw people on the side of the road hold up Trump signs, then Biden supporters would like try to hit them with cars and throw shit at them. And then whenever you saw the Biden supporters, Trump supporters never did that. They never did none of that. They just kept it moving. And like, that's obviously the type of people that we should vote for, the people who ain't so butthurt by somebody else and they're focused on what they're doing in life to be successful. Like, but people, I don't know, people want the government to do everything for them, so that's where they vote for the Democrats. But like, it's gonna be communism over here in no time. Just you wait.
I've looked at. I'll move to Mexico. I don't give a fuck, bro. The place is cheap. I'll go move down there. While everyone comes up here, I'm going down to Mexico. Yeah, let's go. Go set up a studio.
Are you going to Mexico City next month?
For karate?
Yeah.
See,
I think I'm going to go.
you should.
My boy's
Hell yeah.
fighting in it. Eric's fighting in it, so I might as well go.
Oh yeah, huh? Fuck yeah.
January
I'm going to Mexico.
26th, they have in the private location, KC.
Yeah.
My boy Reggie Northrup's on that. He's gonna be fighting. Reggie's he's an XFL football player. He also, I think he's undefeated. He fought in Game Bread at Bare Knuckle MMA. He fought a few pro MMA fights, and he's a super athletic guy. He's a pretty good fighter.
That's going to be an interesting thing. I'm not going to that thing at the end of the month in Miami at the Mansion fight card, but that's going to be cool. Okay, how did we pivot from Arnold Allen versus Movsar to being a touchy subject to my thing dropping off, me hopping back in, and you're talking about Sleepy Joe?
Mike, you actually missed Mike talking about the Jewish pedophiles coming out the tunnels.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
Right?
It happens.
Dude, this has been the weirdest, bro. 2024 is gonna be fucking weird, dude.
We're like what, 16 days in?
What
We got
the
problems.
Fuck, bro. Yeah. Okay. We can get into all that as much as you guys want. I'll try to keep us on track. Okay,
Speaking of
we're-
16 days in, I got to check my bank account.
Oh yeah.
I'm waiting for something.
I haven't gotten an invoice, brother.
No, not that one.
You wait. Oh.
Something
Can
much.
you talk about it?
Yes. Well, I mean, it's more of my check from my fight,
Oh, gotcha. Against Eddie.
and yeah. So it's BKFC money.
I thought it might have been what we had previously talked about that was unannounced. That like maybe didn't come through.
Oh, no,
Middle
no,
East.
no. No, it's not that.
Cryptic.
But you just reminded me when you said that of something yesterday that came out. You told us, and it's like, oh, we got to change it. You know, that was a little frustrating, but at the same time, it's like we could technically make it similar with the league.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's not a big deal. I'm not concerned about that at all. We can find something, unique. No big deal.
All right.
Oh,
for
I know
sure.
what you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Audience is going to be like, what the fuck are these guys talking about?
We're chilling, bro. We're chilling. Okay. Chris Curtis versus oh shit, dude, I just had it.
That
Chris
was
Curtis
nice of
versus
Sean to get him on the card.
Yeah.
he really?
I think
yeah.
Chris Curtis gets. I think his team and them all in the UFC get him really good fights to set himself up for a win and like keep climbing, keep moving up. I mean, I feel like I feel like he's stylistically he's getting really good matchups.
He's getting a lot of opportunities
Hasn't
for
he been
sure.
stopped twice in a row, or am I fucked up?
He's last one was a no contest. So, but I believe it was a headbutt. I think they headbutted each other, and then he got beat by decision before that by Kelvin. But then he knocked out Buckley, who's also been on the show. That's no easy outing, and then he lost to Hermanson. Then it was like 8 wins in a row. So that's a
What's the
weird.
odds on that fight?
Wait. Didn't they go to decision, him and Buckley?
No, he knocked him out with punches. Which was like weird because Buckley was kind of. It's weird. Like Chris Curtis will show out sometimes, like for real, and that was one of them. But then his only 2 losses being to Jack Hermanson and Kelvin Gastelum is, that's no shit on that, you know. I'm gonna look up the odds because Barrio's a dog, but Chris Curtis can beat just about anybody on any given day. Let me see here. Where the fuck are the odds?
Chris Curtis says that he tried to fight me at a UFC event or something back when he was in PFL. And, I told him, I was like, bro, I don't remember what you're talking about. He was like, you had security take me out. I was like, I don't know. I was probably like, yo, get this dude out of here, bro. What's wrong with him?
Have you never trained with him or anything? Or Sean?
No, I haven't. I would like to spar. Both of them wouldn't be bad. I wouldn't mind.
Preferably Sean, though. The fans
Yeah,
would love
of
to see that. Yeah.
Yo, what's up, man?
What's up? What's up?
Let's go. Dricus Du Plessis in the house. Shout out South Africa.
What's up, gents? The one and only Mike Platinum Perry,
man,
guys.
thank you
Awesome
so
to be
much.
on.
Awesome to have you, brother. Shout out to you fighting this weekend. It's great to have you at this time. Man, I know we're short on time. We got some questions we want to know about you. The world wants to know, what's it like in South Africa? Is it beautiful? What's your favorite food?
My man, South Africa is a place I would, if you're a traveler, I would 100%. That's a place you have to, if you're a first-time traveler, firstly, the party scene, you'll never experience anything. Cape Town, you won't experience anything like it. It's amazing. The weather is amazing. Even in wintertime, it's pretty amazing. It's such a vibe. The food, I honestly think we have some of the best food in the world. We have this thing called braaivleis. Braaivleis, it's a traditional food in South Africa. We have a lot of traditional food. Braaivleis, pap.
Braaivleis.
It's braaivleis. Yeah, it's like barbecued meat, but on an open fire.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
and
great,
yeah, man, the food scene is amazing in South Africa. Obviously, we have the oceans, we have the inland areas, we have a lot of. I think one thing we do have that, like, if you compare it to the United States, the amount of fresh food that we have.
Do you guys
How
have
freshly-
Latinas?
We do not have Latinas. We do not. The closest thing I can give you to Latinas is probably, we have the people from Cape Town, the native Cape Townian people. They are from the Malayas, the Cape Malays, and they are very close to Latinas. If you have to ask me.
Oh, it sounds good, man. So, well, these are my boys here over at Kempire. This is Ice Bagz and Mac Malley, man.
What's up, man?
We're honored to have you on ahead of your World Championship fight this weekend against Mr. Sean Strickland, which we saw a video. You met him last night. You guys were cordial. You met him with your wife. What was that like? Were you surprised that he was casual?
Yeah, I have to say. I mean, we walked in. This actually, well, it aired on the Embedded last night. I think it was the day before. Yeah, it was the day before.
Okay.
Yeah, the afternoon. We just walked in. I actually just came. There's a mall right across the street from the hotel. We just went to go get some things. Got some gloves because it's cold as shit out here. And as we were walking in into the hotel, I went and go, all right. Because now all the fighters are arriving, and I saw Sean sit there, and he was alone. I think his team's flight got delayed or something. And I walk in and I go, it's just me and my girlfriend, and then of course Sean sitting alone. There was a camera guy with him, I think, and we walk in and I go, okay, if something's gonna happen, it's gonna happen right now. Let's not, I'm not gonna be sitting there in the hotel lobby watching my back, thinking, oh, maybe this guy comes from the side. I don't know what the vibe is. I mean, this will be terrible, but I mean, my life comes first, and this is the game. This is the game. Right now, we are not in a cage. We are in this hotel lobby, and I'm not getting jumped. No way. And for me, there's no animosity. I wasn't going to do anything. But if it was necessary, I would have been ready. But I went over to see I immediately walked up to him. Immediately when I saw him, I walked up to him to see what's this? What is this?
Yeah.
And he stood up, and I mean, it was immediately a friendly. A friendly conversation of, listen, obviously it came out that he messaged me on Instagram after the press conference, where he said, listen, if there's anything off limits that I can't say about you, let me know now, I'll back down. And I said, there's literally nothing you can say. I don't mind. It's you say whatever you have to, but I respected the fact that he doesn't want me to talk about his childhood. And yes, I will respect that. I told him I will respect that, and then in a sense, you have to behave yourself. That's basically what it came down to. And that was a gentleman's agreement. I mean, call it an honor among thieves.
Yes, sir.
Good
I
way
mean,
to put it.
Yeah.
I'm from a place in America, Flint, Michigan, where some people would say it's a.
Oh man, I have a great
place.
friend, pretty boy Troy Lamson from Flint, Michigan, man.
Okay. Yeah, we real ones up there, man. So like, I feel like I bring my street mentality to the fight game, where I do give respect because I am a family man. But if you cross the line, and I mean, obviously at the end of the night, we get in there and we're going to try to hurt each other, as Sean would say, try to kill each other. And, so just it goes back to what we think in America of Africa is like, the street life in Africa must be very intense. There's what we think, I don't know what I think, is that there's, gangs of, serious rebels that would dismantle anyone that give them any problem. So it's like, did growing up in Africa really teach you how, like a survival type of how to deal with situations and keep yourself ahead? So the way that you walked up to Sean Strickland, you were like, I'm ready to get this out of the way right now. And then it's all cordial, how do you switch it on
absolutely.
when you get in
Absolutely.
the ring?
That's the thing. I mean, for me, that is exactly what you're saying there. South Africa, as beautiful as it is, as everybody, it's public knowledge how crazy the situation is there in terms of, the crime, the murders, the gang activity. It's unlike any place in the world. It's crazy. And even though it's such a beautiful place, you always, no matter in what, so there's certain areas that are worse than others, but it doesn't matter if you're on the Beverly Hills of South Africa. You have to check yourself the whole time. If you're at a traffic light, you have to be vigilant the whole time. You don't walk in the evening time. You don't walk in the streets in South Africa. No ways. In fact, if you're driving, you shouldn't be driving alone. Any area, the chance of being robbed is more than likely. That's the situation. And growing up in that situation, for us, it's kind of normal. And one thing that we are taught is surviving. And these circumstances, it becomes normal. I mean, my house got broken into growing up maybe in total 10 times.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, the house that I live in, my personal house now, the house that I live in now got broken into already 3 or 4 times, attempts. And this becomes a part of reality for us. I mean, farm murders, people getting murdered on farms happens every day. People fighting, knife fights happening in the townships happens every day. People just getting murdered in the house, people getting hijacked like for their car, boom. People getting shot for watches, cell phones. It happens every day, all the time, and not only in certain areas, in all areas. So yes, it's about being vigilant in that whole scenario and knowing your surroundings, and at any time being able to fight for your life. But you can't live life like that. No, I guess there's people that do, and try to rise above that in the sense where there's a time for that. There's a time where your life's on the line, but you can't live your whole life being ready to kill. There's a time in that switch you learn. I think that's what we have. We have that switch can happen like this, but we're also able to turn it off when you are with your family, loved ones, in a normal functioning society, and that's a very important part.
What's it like going back now that you're, a superstar there? Do you feel like it's any safer, right? Does it give you a better sense of comfort? Or is it more like, I've even got a bigger target on my back now that everybody knows who I am, and I've got, deals and money and all this other stuff?
Yeah, I mean, you always, that's the thing. Listen, there's a lot of rich people in South Africa. If they're going to target the people with the money, they're going to go for them. I have to say, and also in terms of targets, they're not going to go for me. They wouldn't they will. They don't, make no mistake. They're not just going to they don't care. They don't know. They don't care who you are. They go with the guy with the nicest shiny things if it happens that way, and they go for it. But, if you come to South Africa and you see our houses, so we have much bigger yards than you'll see in America, but every single house looks like a jail from the outside. Like getting in there, it's hard. But that's what I'm saying. If you want to solve some of the world's mysteries, or you ask the criminals in South Africa, because they are smart as shit. Like, you're just playing catch up. I mean, we have the best security systems the world has ever seen in South Africa just for a normal home. Every single beams, we have lasers, we have everything. They bypass those things, man. I don't know how they get in, but they are very clever. They find clever ways to they are very creative when it comes to doing their job. They are really good at their job. South African thieves.
Is there, so when when you say that's not a way to live life and things like that, when it comes to, being worried or whatever all the time, would you say that you have faith? Are you guys religious there?
Yes, I'm a Christian.
Oh, I'm a Christian. Okay.
Yes, I'm a Christian, and the most of South Africa is Christian. We have a very, very culture-rich country. In South Africa, we have all religions. We have some of all the religions, and but mostly South Africans are religious. And but there comes a stage where upbringing plays a role, and unfortunately, in a lot of areas in South Africa, we don't have that. We don't have the examples of how to be. I had that example. My dad is an incredible man, and he showed me how to be a man. And I had 2 older brothers who did exactly the same. So I had these examples, and that's one thing that you see a lot of people don't have, because in South Africa, the easiest route is going that bad route, going to, joining a gang, doing the things that you see every day. That is a way of life with most of South Africans that don't have the opportunity, because they don't have those role models. And that's one thing that I can be, like you said, being a superstar in South Africa now, being a role model to somebody that, can make more of their life.
Yeah. It's critically important, I think, for people, to understand whether you're a famous fighter, whether you have any kind of influence of any kind of stature, you need to, run yourself in a positive way so that you can influence people that are looking up to you in a positive manner, because it makes a huge difference to people. And it's not always when you think it is, right? It's not always when you're giving a speech or doing this. Sometimes it's like when you're not really paying attention and they're watching. So I think it's, that's an important thing for me.
Yeah, and that's a hard thing. I said it today at the presser. I thought, there came with some videos that surfaced of me after the Whittaker fight, getting super drunk and partying and going crazy. And And my mom saw it, and she went like, "What is wrong with you?" And it was basically, I mean, nothing bad. It wasn't really that bad. It was some cussing, a lot of cussing, and obviously.
Trying to enjoy my life, Mom.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, what I said is, this is not new, Mom. This is the way I am. Like, I'm trying to be the one thing that I promised myself. I'm never going to lose myself in this. Whether I become super famous or not, I'm going to stay myself, with my guys, the same guys. I mean, we are lifting each other up. Everybody wants everybody to be successful. The team, my coaches, my friends, my circle, we are all together still, and we're going to stay that way. The thing is, now it's all being filmed. And listen, if there's a camera on you 24/7, somebody's going to find something, I don't know, in my circle, definitely. Because we go out there and we have a good time like nobody's watching. We just enjoy ourselves. And now, but that is part of it. And yeah, it may be not the best example, but, we're human at the end of the day. I didn't put up my hand to be the head boy, to be the guy, to be Mr. Do it all right, but what I can do is promote hard work, promote dedication to your craft, and that you can do whatever you set your mind to. But at the end of the day, I'm still human, and I like a good time. I love a good time, and I work hard and I play hard. And if there's anything you can take away from that, it's the balance of being able to go out, having the best time of your life, and getting back to work.
So do we, brother. We like to have a good time as well, I assure you.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear.
I've heard, even over here in America, I've heard of the rager parties that South Africans have. And you seem very political, though. You seem very, suit and tie. You could be running things over there.
Oh, man, maybe one day after this career, we'll see. But for now, I'm going to enjoy that party scene and enjoy fighting people for money.
Hell yeah. I'll just say this. It's a pleasure to have two of the top African fighters to ever walk on this planet on the same show. At the
yes,
same time.
boy. The top three standing right here.
Man, that's number one right there. I got to make it over there, but I got to get like 10 shots to go over there or something. It would be something.
I don't think so. South Africa, you need shots for South Africa. I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah, no, we don't have malaria or anything like that. No, you don't need shots to go to South Africa. Like if you're going to North Africa, you need some shots, like for malaria and all that. We don't have that in South Africa.
Wow.
Mac,
whenever you want to go to South Africa, we'll make sure you get the best treatment. I know they have a BKFC happening in South Africa now soon.
Really? Nice. I didn't know that.
BKFC. Yeah, they're coming to South Africa in the next couple of months. Yeah. So if you want to pull in, you let me know. We'll make sure you have a great time in South Africa.
So, Mike, you're African. You're the face of the BKFC, and you don't know what the fuck's going on?
I don't think I heard that they were doing that. I didn't know that they were going to South. I have heard a few things. They've unlocked a few places that they plan to have events that are supposed to be big news. I wasn't sure if I heard about South
man. They did the tryouts and everything as far as I know. Yeah, they definitely did, yeah.
Well, I do
Mac,
get
I know
tagged.
You had a question about
in lots of
his
videos.
career and coming up.
What's that?
Yeah. What's that, Josh? What did you say?
Mac had a question about his
I got
career development
make it
that was pertaining to this fight.
Well, I know we don't have a ton of time, but this one's important too. Strickland's kind of stolen the spotlight. Izzy was the big star. Now Strickland's kind of made himself the big nemesis of the division. If you get through him, have we seen the end of the original beef, you and Izzy?
Yeah, I mean, if that's a possibility, if things work out that way for me, like I said, it's not personal, it's business. Although that is a big fight, that is a big one. The fans want to see it. I would love that, but yeah, like I said, as of for now, my main focus is this man happening on Saturday night. My life ends on Saturday night. This is the one. This is the only. I'm winning that bout, or I'm not alive the next day. In my mind.
Your life could just be getting started on Saturday night.
Yeah, exactly. It's either going to start or it's going to end. That's it.
I could pop you one more quick one because this one kind of blew people's mind. But we see you kind of stand and bang a lot, dude. And you go out there and kind of just bulldoze people. There was a clip going around Twitter of you sweeping an entire Gracie Barra, club at a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament, and most of the comments were people shocked that you had that game. So what would you say to those people?
Yeah, I mean that was actually crazy. So we there was this. So we have obviously me being in the UFC, my MMA team started getting a lot of recognition. Being the number one team in our country, and there's quite a lot of grappling in our country. In South Africa, the grappling scene's massive, and there was this team quintet. So it's basically it has to be 5 guys in a team. And then one guy grapples the other guy, and there's a time limit. If you don't finish, both are out. If there's a big weight difference, only 4 minutes. If there's not a big weight difference, it's 8 minutes. And if you sub the guy, the next guy comes in. And so it's basically a round robin. And we started with the Gracie Bar, and I think we had 3 out of the 5 guys. 3 was black belts, 3 black belts. And so we started this. I'm not in shape. I was in the middle of celebrating a fight, so. I mean, I wasn't in great shape, and here we go. We start grappling. First guy comes, and yeah, I mean, I got subs. I subbed 5 of the whole team. I subbed that whole team, and
Wild.
I
That's
remember
wild,
I went for that because I said, listen, I don't have the gas. I think I'm not in that great shape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and look for that finish as fast as I can because. Just use this bulldozer strength, and I just went for it. And all of a sudden, the last guy got the last guy, and yeah, man, took out that team. That was crazy. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people, because of the way the fights have been going, is they don't know that. I feel I love MMA as a sport. I love wrestling, I love grappling, and I love striking, and I can do all of that, and that's one thing that I pride myself in is wherever the fight goes, I am really comfortable anywhere. I don't prefer one or the other, but sometimes you can get carried away and you start banging, and I like that too. I like that a lot.
Yes, sir.
Fans love that too. Yeah.
Props
to you.
Yeah.
You know how Sean says all the time, he's like, oh, I love fighting, man. If it wasn't for my fans and stuff and we get to do this is my job. I'm so lucky. And then he's like, I fucking hate fighting so much, man. This shit's like it's a bad job. Like, I can't believe that we get to do this. And what do you think about when he says both sides of the story there about being a fighter?
Oh shit, I didn't even know he had some bantering words on fighting. But I think he was complaining about it up until he got that bag. I think maybe that was the case. After he took that short notice fight against Izzy, he got this payday, and now he's like, okay, this is not that bad. I think that might have played a role, but no, my man, that is one thing I have. Like I always say, my opponents, a lot of them have a lot more than me to offer in terms of maybe when it comes to pure grappling, pure boxing, pure striking, even everywhere. But when it comes to putting that shit all together, when it comes to fight and that dog, and not just standing and banging, but being able to put all the aspects of MMA together and loving it. I don't think there's anybody in the world to compete with me. The passion I have for this game, I absolutely love doing it. It's a hard job, make no mistake. I mean, it's a hard job in terms of like when you have to go out there and fight like this week. It's insane. I mean, all the media and stuff.
Yeah,
it's crazy. But that's one aspect of it.
Weight?
But also, that's the other part. People don't even know that. That's the other one. So the weight is good. I'm on track, but it's never easy. Good. It's never easy. And the other thing as well with that is, there's nerves. There's nerves. It's nerve-wracking. I mean, to fight somebody, like when he jumped in the crowd, that was fun because there was no nerves. There was, here we go. Like you're standing in a bar and all of a sudden somebody throws something at you and here we go. There's no time to think about it. So with this, I mean, it's a build-up. So it's not fear. It's that I have to go out there and do what I do, and you have so much time to think about it. It's hard to do, and there's a lot of sacrifices in terms of family, friends, good times. A lot of times you have to sacrifice this for this job, but there is literally not a job in the world I would rather do.
Did anyone ask you if you wanted to press charges or anything for that crowd scuffle?
Oh yeah. I mean, Dana came. Yeah, Dana and Hunter actually came to where we were seated, and they said, and there was police and security and everybody around us, and they were like, "Listen, are you okay?" Because Sean got escorted out, and I said, "Yeah, I'm 100% fine." They're like, "Shit, we are so sorry about this. This shouldn't have happened. We are really sorry about this." And I go, "No, it's fine. It's all right." And they're like, "Are you okay?" And I said, "No, I'm 100% fine." They're like, "We don't need anybody to check you out." I said, "Listen, I'm fine. I don't even have a mark on my face. I'm good. That was great. And I'm hyped up. I just got like the adrenaline rush. This is amazing.
Yeah.
And the cops were there as well. And there was some standing around. They said, listen, this was assault, 100%. This was terrible. Like, they want to press, they have him at the back. Like, you have the right to press charges now against Sean Strickland because that was assault. And me being from South Africa, I go, what?
Yeah.
What? But come on, guys, come on.
Yeah.
What a
Are you
man.
sure? I mean, that looked like a good old Friday night. I mean, just have your beer and just see people do that in a bar,
you-
and people
you
didn't
actually drop
press
him?
charges.
It looked like you
with a
dropped him
shot?
in that video. Yeah.
I got a few shots in. I don't think he definitely looked dazed. I'm going to be
He looked like
completely
he-
honest. He looked dazed, but you know what I think happened? To be honest, so obviously when he jumped, he had this high ground. So I mean, what are you going to do? You can't fight somebody jumping from the top. So when I grabbed him, and then I threw a couple of shots over, and I got his hips in. And as he was in, I folded his hips, and his legs went out from under him. And I think he hit his head on either the cement, on the concrete, or on a chair. Because on the floor, I landed one or two, but I couldn't. So many people were grabbing us, I couldn't land a solid one. So I landed a shot or two as I pulled him to the ground. But I honestly think that when they got him up, he was doing this smile when somebody gets rocked. And, he was there, but his eyes weren't there. He looked like he was, it was hard between all the people pushing and us to see this, all that stuff. But he honestly looked dazed. And I definitely didn't hit him with a shot that would rock him. But I honestly think that maybe he hit his head on a cement, maybe on a chair. I'm not sure.
That's
But,
so
yeah,
much
I mean-
shit to happen that fast. But like from that video, when he gets up, when they found that angle, he definitely looks like, when a ref's like stopping, I don't know, dude. You
Yeah.
could see it in his eyes. It looked odd. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
but I mean, damn. Well, when the cops said that, I said, "Whoa, guys, no, please do not press any charge because
won.
I know me
I'm trying to
and
get paid here. I'm trying to get paid.
Yeah, I'm going, whoa. That was the fight. I'm getting my chauffeurs for sure. Come on. But I did my performance. I sold this 296 card now. But immediately I know, listen, to get into Canada for me as a South African, the visa process, bro, they want to know where your ancestors were born. They want to know, like, everything. It's
Right.
if you have any sort of criminal, even a DUI or anything, you're not coming into Canada. They are super strict.
Right.
And immediately I go, okay. And Dana says, listen, you have the right, and that is 100% assault. And I said, please no, no, please, I don't want to press any charge. And he says, yeah. I said, because that's going to jeopardize the fight, 100%. And he says, yes, it is going to jeopardize the fight. He said, well, listen, if he has a criminal record, we'll see what's up. Or if he's charged, they might not let him in. I go, no. I said, listen, even then, I mean, it wasn't like the guy jumped me from the side or anything like that.
Yeah.
It was a fight. I mean, it was a good old brawl. So
Hey, it makes
I
the
didn't want
fight
to.
on
I said,
Saturday
listen,
better.
both of us are guilty in this. It's not fair that he gets charged with anything. It's not. That's not at all what I want.
And so then Dana put a sticker that said "Employee of the Month" right there on your chest. Bop. Made the fight.
Yeah. I guess. I mean,
Love it.
yeah. I mean, we're fighters, man. We're fighters at the end of the day, and that's what we do.
It's going to be an incredible show on Saturday night between you two guys. Obviously, meeting you, speaking with you, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm USA guy. I do like Sean Strickland, but it's hard to pick who to root for here. You've been an incredible guest, and it was amazing to talk to you. And, we know you were short on time, so I want to ask if there's anything, if Sean's watching right now and you wanted to say something to him, what are your final words for Sean Strickland before you fight Saturday night?
My guy, you should ask that security to stand as close to the cage as possible when they lock it, because they were there to help you at 296. They're not there to help you this Saturday, my man.
Fuck yeah.
I love
Fuck
it.
yeah.
How
My
are you going
guys-
to finish him?
This fight's not seeing round 4 or 5. It's I see this TKO. I may be thinking late in the second, early in the third. That's where my heart goes the whole time.
Amazing. Incredible stuff, Dricus. We really appreciate you.
Guys, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Plessis means Perry in some language out there. So, we brothers.
There we go, Perry. Plessis, let's go. Man, massive fan, Mr. Platinum. A massive fan of what you're doing, guys. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you.
Right back at you,
Thank you,
brother.
sir.
He's ready to scrap, bro. That's going to be
Fuck
an
yeah,
amazing fucking fight. Saturday night, getting to talk to him right before he fights the one and only Sean Strickland. Everybody knows he's one and only. I mean, these guys are 2 peas in a pod Saturday night, bro. It's going to be crazy.
I did love the attitude of like, I'm just going to walk up to him at the hotel and see if it pops off, right? Like, I'm not going to sit here and watch my back for 2 days. Like, fuck this. Let's just see, let's just hit it head on right now.
I have lasers and sharks with frickin' laser beams on their heads outside my house in South Africa, bro. I just got to look out for one white boy in Canada. I'll be okay.
Yeah,
What movie is that?
Fucking Austin Powers, bro. Sharks
Mojo,
with
Jojo, what is it? Austin Powers. Yeah, he's got the shark.
frickin' laser beams on their heads.
Oh my god.
Well, we can make some picks real quick. Run through that, Mike. You had some good ass questions for him though. Like hearing him talk about. I like that, man. That was really cool.
Thank you, man. He got me thinking, about street mentality and like what it must be like over there. And he said it's beautiful and they have amazing things. And then he's like, yeah, it's not safe.
They just have the sharks with the laser beams too.
Dude. He rocked with us, so I just didn't want to take advantage of his time. I know he's very
100%.
busy and tired and doing a lot of media and making weight this week. And, that's why I also said, I'm kind of USA, but at the same time, I mean, you're a really awesome guy. I don't know who to root for, man. I'm just rooting for a good fight. I might have to go back to making bets this weekend, man. I don't know who I'm going to pick.
Well, speaking of bets, let's at least make some picks. Neil Magny versus Mike Mallet.
What are the odds? See, I want
odds.
to know odds.
I'll drop you odds. I'll drop you
Neil
odds.
Magny's huge favorite.
No,
I'm gonna go Neil Magny.
Plus 205. Plus 205 underdog. Mike Mallett's a minus 250. Mike Mallet has been on fire in the UFC. Fucking
Neil
people
Magny's
up.
a good bet then, if he's an underdog. He's been good.
He's the perennial gatekeeper, and I don't use that in a disrespectful way. Like he's the measuring stick of talent.
Usually when he goes and he has a couple of good performances, and then he gets a fight with a guy that you're not too sure about, the guy has some success. I mean, his worst one was Ponzinibbio.
Yeah. This is one of those classic ones. Neil Magny, it's like a fraud check. Neil Magny's a excellent measuring stick. I'm going to go with Mike Mallet, though.
I'm going Mike.
Minus 250. Going Mike? All right. And you, Perry? You going Neil?
Yeah, man, I went Magny, bro. I'm going veteran.
All right, word. I respect that. All right, and then in the co-main event, no one is fucking talking about this fight, and it's not her fault. It's Pennington is, dude, I don't want to see her in a title fight, but Myra Bueno Silva, homies with the Kempai Pandas, will be a minus 66 favorite versus a plus 140 in Raquel Pennington. I need Myra to send Raquel packing, and I say that with the utmost respect.
I think Myra's kind of savage for a female fighter.
Beast.
She gets a little excited sometimes. I think she makes some mistakes. I think she's still learning things, but she, in my opinion, she might be too tough for Raquel. So I'm gonna go with Myra. No offense.
Too dynamic.
Raquel.
Yeah.
Maybe.
No offense here, but
I had when we had Pandemonium.
We were kicking it.
I had dinner with her at STK, and her and her fiance, and great chick, and really liked her. She hung out with us for quite a while, so obviously I'm going Myra. She rocks with the Pandas, so got to go Myra.
Did you get the little Wagyu burgers at STK? I love those.
I didn't. They fire?
God, they're so good, dude.
Oh, are they? So we did like 2 of the big ass tomahawks, like the 50-ounce fucking tomahawks, and had them just sliced for the table, bro. Oh, fucking amazing. And I tell you what, their corn is some of the best corn I've ever had. It's like cream corn, but it's kind of chunky. Y'all making me try to go find a fucking STK.
Yeah,
tonight.
dude, that's what hey, save me a piece of that corn.
Yeah.
We got one in Orlando. But we got to go to like Disney World to get there.
Do you?
Fuck that.
Yeah,
It's
it's pain
too
in the
hard
ass.
to get to.
Okay, so we're all on Myra, Team Myra, and again, no hate towards Raquel, but no, we need some new excitement in that division for God's sake. So please,
Quit being a pussy, man. Myra's gonna destroy her.
yeah, I hope so. Like I said, I hope she
That's
sends
what
her packing.
But Raquel's gonna fight smart.
And that's the problem with her.
If Myra
It's boring.
goes too hard, I don't think Raquel's gonna hit her with a shot that's gonna put her out, though.
No. I don't even
You
know
know,
if she's ever.
and is she a good enough grappler? With no, because Myra's the better grappler in this exchange. She's like more power style grappling. So, yeah, I think Myra's a fair favorite at 160. It's an easy $100 if you bet 160.
And really not even that big of a favorite, surprisingly. It's not
Yeah.
that big of a number.
I think it's just the tenure of Raquel being
Yeah.
around and at the top and being as tough as she is.
I
Respect
mean, that's
to her.
pretty
But
big in women's fighting. I mean, no, you know, it is
Yeah.
160. You got to bet $160 to win $100. That's pretty big.
Yeah.
well, I hope
You know, those numbers
we're
are
on the
too
same
little
team
for
on
you,
that one.
Josh.
Are those numbers too little for you to jump,
Talking
bro?
$100.
Not making
I'm
you
still
feel proud.
practicing my betting. Okay,
Nah, you're doing good, Mike.
hasn't
Okay.
been working. $100
you already
at a
retired.
time, and I've lost $3,000. It's fucking adding up, bro.
I mean, you went on it. You loved it. I told you how bad it was. You retired. Now you coming back out of retirement. This has been like a 90-day span, bro.
I know, bro. You can't give up, bro. I'm not a quitter.
I ain't quitter. All right, main event. Sean Strickland, Du Plessis. Sean Strickland is a minus 130 and Du Plessis is a plus 110. So tight line. I'm going to be taking. Ooh, fuck, man. I gotta. At first, I thought this was gonna be a long drag out. Sean Strickland can absolutely out cardio Dricus. I'm not so sure anymore. I'll be probably taking Dricus at plus 110.
Sean's mind is it's hard to know. Obviously, it's like the only thing he wants to do is get in that ring and fight. Would that make him? I mean, will his defense be as good as it was against Adesanya? Because in the Adesanya fight, I feel like there was a lot of belief in him that he might not be able to do it,
Yeah.
which makes a fighter like Sean Strickland better. Now he's like, I'm the champ. I've already punched on Dricus. I just started the shit. He just wants to get into a scrap. Is he going to fight smart as he did against Adesanya? Is he been sparring too hard? Is he beat up a little bit? Is he going to have some pains? Is he going to think straight? Dricus looks like he's got a good head on his shoulders.
Zoned in.
Smart guy, but and he's from South Africa, so he's definitely a dog, bro. Like he fights like a dog. He loves it. He's passionate about it. But he had the true hardships that Strickland has had, because he's had a long run to get to the top. You know, it's a really hard choice. You know, is USA versus Africa. I'm so conflicted here. You know, I can't.
You're
make
two
a
homelands. You can't
Yeah.
make a pick. I respect that.
I'll just say this. I think, you know, if we're to go the distance, then Sean wins the fight.
All day.
He'll win on the cards. I don't think it goes the distance. I truly think that Sean's head is fucked up right now. I think he's letting too much of his emotions show. And from what I just saw with Dricus, that motherfucker is in the zone right now, ready to go. Right?
Does not give a fuck.
He's even one of the few guys that's talking about the nerves, right? He's like, I got the nerves. I'm not scared, but I got the nerves, right? But like he's ready to go. He's zoned in. He knows that he's better on the ground, you know, than Sean is. He feels like he's more well-rounded, and he feels like he's got knockout power. Like, he feels really fucking good for this fight.
Sean's better on the ground than he says he is.
Yes. Yeah. Or even that he shows. Yeah.
He
He's got high
grappled with the
takedown defense.
best grapplers over there at Extreme Couture. He's got one of the best coaches in the game, period, Eric. You know, and that's where life throws curveballs at you, where you're like, you know, Sean's mental game compared to what I see with Dricus' mental game. It's like any comparison, life would throw you a curveball. And on Saturday night is the only way we're gonna know we find out who wins that fight. But you guys both going Africa. No offense to my African brother, Dricus Du Plessis. I guess I gotta rock USA. I'm gonna root for Sean.
There it is.
I'm rooting for a good fight. No offense
Me
to
too.
either guy. I mean, you guys can punch me if you see me. I'm down for that shit too. So we can make a viral video. I won't press charges, you know, whatever. But I'm gonna have to go.
I'll say this: the lines to me were actually odd, because if you look at a champion coming in like Sean, right? I would expect minus 200, minus 250 to be 130 and what 100. That's dead even. In
That's
MMA
as
betting.
close as close to a pick'em as
It's
you
Plus
it's
110
dead
is a
even.
good bet.
It can only be minus 115, and minus 115 is dead even, right? So those odds to me, especially, I know the public is going to be betting on Sean Strickland because they love Sean. So you've got the public betting on him. You've got a funky line out of Vegas. To me, it says Vegas knows a little something here on the Du Plessis side.
I think it's just what Dricus did to Whitaker. I mean, that was not normal.
But when
And
you're coming off
Dricus-
like a dominating win against Izzy, you should
Yeah.
be minus 200. I don't give a fuck who's stepping in the ring at that time.
And
That's
also,
valid.
Sean Strickland's like, fuck the belt. It's in my closet under some dirty laundry. I don't give a fuck about this. He says, I don't give a fuck about this. But he loves to fight. But then he's like, I hate fighting. It is very conflicting, very confusing. I may be wrong. That's the thing about picking fights.
Look, you text me Saturday night when it's an hour before and you place your bets, and you tell me I either stuck with it or I changed my mind.
A plus
I'll do the
10,
same.
a plus 110 is hard to see and me not jump on. And the first white South African champion of all time is a big opportunity for that guy. He's definitely fighting with everything he has, but he's never had championship rounds. Sean fights all day, every fucking day.
I feel
What do
like
you say? My life either begins or ends Saturday night.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't really like that. I don't know. He was like, yeah, my life ends Saturday night. And I was like,
Yeah.
it could begin. It could be beginning. I didn't like
Tried
that.
to walk him into it.
I mean, if
tried to help
Sean
him.
if Sean can dictate the pace for 2 to 3 rounds without eating a big shot or really getting taken down and losing momentum, I think this would probably look a
But
lot
then
like
what's Dricus
the Izzy
do?
fight.
Is he bring the aggressive style?
Yes.
Because if he
I
brings
think-
the aggressive style to a Sean Strickland, Sean can pop him.
Yep. I mean, but Alex caught him. So I mean, like the way I think Dricus
Yeah,
just
but
needs to like,
Pereira striking left hook versus fucking Du Plessis. I don't. It's a different range. It's a different punch. And Sean went to Pereira and trained with him after the fact that he got beat by him.
which
and
mad
then went
respect
and
for.
beat somebody that beat Pereira.
What a clusterfuck up at the top
Yeah,
of that division.
lot
and then
of-
imagine adding Plessis in there.
I
bro.
feel like I sound like Sean Strickland with all the shit I'm trying to say about knowing about these. I don't know shit. I don't know who's gonna win.
It's bro science right now. That's talking about fights. No one knows what the fuck.
Nobody
We're
does.
talking like through bro experience. Yeah.
It's the
You can
best
talk
thing
about
about breaking
stats all
down,
day.
like breaking down, a fight versus any other sport, right?
Yeah.
It's one-on-one. It's two fucking guys in a cage. Anything can happen. It takes one punch, one kick. You take somebody's back. Like, you can break down a football game. You got 22 players that you got to break down. There's a spread.
Aaron
there.
Rodgers
Like,
tears his
it's totally
ACL.
different.
Yeah.
Damn, we should have asked Benavidez if he knows about Strickland and Du Plessis and if he would watch the fight Saturday. Shoulda
He did say Sean was one of his favorite fighters.
Yeah, dude, he
said
knew
Sean-
a lot.
I think he was talking about O'Malley, bro.
He
No,
said
no,
he said Strickland later.
after that.
Oh, he said Strickland? Oh,
Yeah.
He likes to come with the boxers.
A lot of the boxers like Sean, man, because he's one of the only ones that
banger.
truly has like a
Sure,
good
he be
boxing
banging.
style.
Apparently, there was that video Sean was sparring a 15-0 pro boxer. He was giving him hell.
Yeah.
Damn.
A lot of swings and misses, though.
I mean, here's the thing: is like Du Plessis is like, you're gonna have to kill me, but Sean's gonna be like, you're gonna have to fucking kill me too, right? Like, Sean ain't backing down either. So it's gonna be a bang. I think it should be a banger. Hopefully it's not one of these that we all think is going to be a banger that's a letdown like a lot of these main events are, but I don't think it is.
Dricus
They go
too
to
hungry.
championship rounds. I say it's the champion.
Yeah.
I think Edge
100%.
goes there for sure.
4-5, it's Strickland.
Yeah.
Even with Dricus's nose fixed up, it doesn't make you have elite cardio like Strickland has. That would drive me fucking crazy, bro.
Oh, dude, I'll be sitting in the back of the car and he's driving or he's in the passenger seat. You can hear every fucking breath.
And he just beasts through it. What an animal. Give
Every
a shit,
video
Mike.
I take on Instagram, if I watch after, the sound is like.
I never notice it until you do it. Like when you make it apparent by doing that, I never notice.
All right, boys. Beautiful episode. Let's let the boys get on this. We got to get this out here in 2 days? Tomorrow. Fuck.
Yeah, as soon as we can. I say, man, this is good shit.
Yes, sir.
Mike,
Sponsored
seriously,
by
good question.
Overdogs Bet, Kenpai Pandas, Kenpai Media, Overdogs Podcast. Check us out wherever you get your Apple Podcasts or your podcast period in general. Spotify, Apple, wherever else people watch podcasts. I don't really know. YouTube, we on there. So
Pretty much if you're on the internet, type in Overdogs Podcast and hit like and follow, and then hit us all on our own socials and have a fucking fantastic fight week, you fucks.
There you go. We out.
We out.
This podcast episode was brought to you by Overdogs Bet. Sign up today for early beta access and free play at overdogsbet.com/beta.